Alright, what's going on, guys? I figured we'd do a little video on unboxing the Fuji XF 150-600mm telephoto lens. I believe it is linear motor, OIS, and it does have an aperture ring as well. Ideally, I kind of want to use this for more wildlife stuff, as well as like airplanes, stuff like that. Just to get more reach in general. And yeah, I figured I'd do a unboxing video of this new lens. Probably the best lens in Fuji's lineup right now. So other than the 200mm f2, but that is pretty expensive and it's kind of in a weird range. So let's get started, I guess. Alright, so I was able to get this used on eBay. I did pay $1,000 to $1,500 range, somewhere in the middle there. I believe I paid like $1,300 and then $1,400 after fees and stuff. So it was rated. This particular lens was rated as mint and near mint, so it should be almost like brand new. So we'll take a look at it and see if there's any issues. So as you can see, it did come with some camo, very high quality stuff here. I don't know if I'll be using that, but okay, so this is the bad boy here. Looks like someone's got a dog. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is take off this lens hood. And there's a button for it. That's good to know. Alrighty. So, let's see here. So this is what you get in the bag. As you can see, you got all your buttons. You got full range and you got 5 meters to infinity. This is if you want to not focus. You'd set it to 5 to infinity if you don't want to focus on near basically objects or targets that are near the lens that are closer than 5 meters. Usually I just leave this on full unless you have a specific reason to keep it on 5 to infinity. Or you could use it on 5 to infinity if you're just doing bird shooting, because you'd never have a bird closer than 5 meters. You have a switch for aperture, auto, or using the ring. Autofocus buttons here. Yeah, so this lens is really beautiful, I'll be honest with you. Let's take a look at the glass, make sure it's okay. Looks very good to me. I think we might clean it up just a little bit with a cloth there. We also have this side here. This side's a little bit harder to see. You can't really see much. But should be okay. So yeah, let's kind of go over a few things about this. This isn't really a review video, obviously, because I haven't used it yet. But we can go over some of the things. So this is an Arca Swiss holder basically. So basically I have a Leofoto 284C tripod, and this works perfectly with that because the Arca Swiss basically just holds onto this, so you can attach this, walk with your tripod, really do whatever you need to do. Or I think what you can do is you can loosen this and then move this around, and ideally this would be right on this black thing right here to level it out, which is a little difficult. So I'll put it right there and then tighten this thing up. So so this is a 600 millimeter on APS-C, so that comes out to 900 millimeters on full frame. And I also have a 1.4 teleconverter that I got with it, so this lens would be roughly 1300 with the teleconverter. This lens should be a little sharper, so the teleconverter I think will work better with this than other lenses in the lineup. As you can see, you have the nice zoom there. You have the red badge, I mean. But yeah, you kind of have the typical stuff here. There's nothing too crazy about it. Yeah, so we will be testing this guy out, hopefully get some good pictures with it. It's pretty heavy, heavier than any lens I've ever used. The focus ring here is pretty loose, and the focal length ring here is a lot tighter, which is how they usually are. But I like having a loose focus ring. I don't usually, with this lens, you won't use the I don't see. You usually use continual autofocus. So you're not doing a ton of manual adjusting on this, but it does seem nice. So also what you have here is you have 4 buttons. And what's cool about that is, like, I don't know how you'd hold it exactly, because this thing is pretty heavy. You might hold it like this, something like that. What's cool about these buttons here is you can program them to be specific focal lengths. So say like I'm at full max 600 millimeters, and I want to go back and just instantly change to like 200 millimeters. I can set 200 millimeters on this button, and I can essentially just click the button and it'll automatically take you to 200 millimeters. And you could do that with 4 different buttons, so 4 different focal lengths, which is pretty unique, kind of cool. I don't think I'll ever use it, to be honest with you, but just because the buttons are kind of in an, I don't know if they're in an awkward spot, but maybe I'll test it out just to see, but it's nothing really crazy. It's just a cool little feature. But yeah, I think that's really it. I don't know how much else there is to say about this. I wish I could give some more details on the sharpness and the overall autofocus ability and just everything else, but I haven't used it yet, so I think down the road we'll see how this thing performs and see if it's worth the money. Yeah, it is an f8 lens, so it is a lot darker than a lot of other lenses. Primarily because they wanted to keep the cost down. You can tell because there isn't many. If you really think about how many lenses there are in this range, like you do have the Sigma lens that has a little bit lower aperture, but in general, like, you don't see a ton of lenses with that are much lower than f8 at this price range with really good sharpness, good autofocusing features, and good functionality. So like if you were to compare to some in this range, you have the Sigma contemporary lens, the 150-600. You also have the Tamron. You have the 150-500. That one
The Tamron is a little different. That one's okay. That one's pretty sharp, but it just has the autofocusing, or not the autofocusing, the OIS stability is kind of weird on it. So a lot of people kind of believe that this is a little overpriced, but I don't know. We're gonna kind of take a look at that and see, how the lens performs in general. So hoping we'll get a good deal from it, and I hope it ends up being a lens that I keep and not having to get rid of. Yeah, so that's my unboxing, and hope you guys enjoyed, and look forward to some pictures. I'm gonna try to throw some video together, try to do something different, see if we can, make some cool photography videos maybe in the future. I don't know. We'll see. But thanks.